Hey everybody, David with the Wholesalers Toolbox, and in this video I want to talk about if wholesaling houses is ethical. Now, if you are watching this video, you're probably new to wholesaling, you've just heard about wholesaling or you've started it, maybe haven't done a deal yet, and you're questioning it for some reason. Maybe a realtor told you that it was unethical. Maybe, whoever mentioned to it, or maybe you've just learned a strategy that's unethical and in your mind you're starting to question, am I doing the right thing, by using this technique or whatever. So to give you a frame of reference, I thought it would just be easier to share with you how I wholesale houses, and maybe it will put things in perspective. So a lot of deals that I get are people that are landlords or investors, and they're just tired of owning a property. Maybe they've had tenant after tenant that's been problems that, they put somebody in, they tear up the house, they get them out, they remodel the house, or they, repair the house, they put another tenant in, that tenant does the same thing. And it's just this never ending process of, cleaning up the house after they've had a bad tenant, which happens a lot. And those people just get to the point where they're just done. They know they're selling the house to me at a discount, but they don't want to deal with it anymore. They don't want to go in and do another rehab. They don't want to try to evict a tenant. They don't want to do whatever. So they'll give it to me at a discounted price just to take the problem off their hands. Also, I do, quite a few deals with people that buy houses with the dream or with the hopes of, flipping houses for a living and, fixing it up and remodeling it, putting, the granite countertops in it and making it all pretty and then selling it for a nice profit. So they'll go out and they'll buy a distressed property from tax auction or wherever. They'll go into the house and they'll rip it up. They'll do the demo. They'll rip out the bathroom and they'll tear out the kitchen cabinets. And then they come to the realization that rehabbing a house is a whole lot harder than they thought and a whole lot more expensive than they thought. So they sit on the property 6 months, 8 months, 12 months, and they're paying taxes on it. They're removing the snow, they're cutting the grass, and finally they just say, we've got to get rid of this problem. It's costing us a fortune. We don't know what we're doing. Let's get rid of it. So through my marketing, I'll find people like that just, they're like, David, just take it off of our hands. We just want to be done with it. Probate is another thing that I do quite a bit of. And probate houses are, the transactions I do are people that inherit a house from their parents or from a grandparent or from a relative or a friend or whatever, and the house is outdated or it's got packed full of stuff or whatever, and the person that inherited the house just doesn't want to deal with it. They don't want to clean it out, they don't want to paint it, they don't want to put new carpet in so they can turn around and sell it. So they rather sell the house at a discount and just get the money now, right? We could do all that other stuff, but we don't want to do it. We just want you to take the problem and give us some money. So then you ask yourself, okay, well, why don't all these people that, the landlords and the people that want to get into flipping and the probates, why don't they just list it with a realtor and sell it that way and get more money? Well, they're not necessarily going to get more money doing that because, one, the realtor takes commission, so they take 6% of the deal, all right? And that comes out of the seller's money, all right? So 6% plus when I buy a deal or, I buy the house from them, then I'm, paying all the closing costs. So they also save money there. And lastly, just because a realtor puts a house like that on the MLS or finds a buyer for it, doesn't mean that they're going to make more money than they would get selling it to me, because any investor that would come in and buy that house to fix it up and to rent it or resell it is going to do the same thing that I'm doing, and they're going to negotiate a lower price than it's listed at. So Sure, they can go that route. Sure, they could fix it up and sell it themselves. Sure, they could, list it with a realtor and go that avenue. But it doesn't mean they're going to make more money on the property. So selling it to a wholesaler just, streamlines the process. They get rid of it quicker. They're done with their problems. They get cash and they're happy and they're done. So that's the ethical way of wholesaling. Finding people with distressed properties, landlords, failed flippers, inherited houses, fire damage houses, whatever, going in, buying their problem from them and finding an investor that's looking for properties like that is how everybody should do it. Now, I know that there's other strategies out there of, flipping houses on the MLS and just other strategies. I don't necessarily agree with those. I think if you're going to be a wholesaler, you need to do it this way. You need to market to people that have a problem and you can help them solve that problem. So they win, you win, and the investors that you're out finding properties for, they also win. All right. So that's my take on it. If you would like more information on wholesaling houses, visit my website, thewholesalerstoolbox.com. I have the Wholesaling University on there. It's free, no cost. There's no upsells. Just join, learn to do this business the right way and go out and make a lot of money. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.